Universities are bracing for another year in the red.
The overall loss of capacity is a clear and present danger.
On uni, there's less people and it's a bit sadder.
At Victoria's La Trobe University, local student Georgie Beattie and her mate Sanjeeth Konda House, who's from India, feel the pandemic has robbed them of a formative campus experience.
It's really good.
For me, the main thing has been in my subject choices. You know, it's things like our library hours have been cut.
I see a lot of my friends deferring their semesters. I see a lot of my friends dropping out from university.
There you go. Thank you.
La Trobe Uni says it's acted on their concerns, but the high fee paying international students actually on campus, like Sanjeeth, say their peers have little patience left for Australia's firmly closed borders.
There are a lot of international students looking up options for different countries than Australia. They're trying to move to Canada, Germany for their international studies. So that's at the moment a bit sad that I can't get my friends here to study with me.
When we lose international students, our valued colleagues from overseas, that makes a really serious revenue hit for universities. No sector can sustain these kinds of losses without real damage to national prosperity, real damage to our research performance and our university performance.
The reason unis are so dependent on foreign students is that for decades, Liberal and Labor governments have encouraged them to generate their own sources of revenue. Each year, universities spend about $12.2 billion of research. $6.2 billion comes from government and business. Campuses stump up the other $6 billion. Of that, just over half, $3.2 billion, comes from fees from international students who pay much higher costs to study.
Last year we lost $1.8 billion. This year we project $2 billion will be lost. If borders don't open and international students don't come back in some numbers before that time, it'll just get worse.
That's translated to 17,000 jobs lost already, and many more are at risk.
Many universities still are posting budget surpluses, so I just want to keep that into perspective. We keep an eye on it, but the situation isn't quite as dire as many are indicating it to be.
The nation's worst affected university is Canberra's ANU, recording a $162 million deficit. That's 15% of revenue. It'll leave scars on its world-renowned research. How deep they are is the question.
For me, it's making sure I don't lose that great capacity built up over the last 75 years over this couple bad years.
Nobel laureate Professor Brian Schmidt is the man who carries that responsibility.
We are, of course, kind of flapping in the breeze, trying to make sure that we get across the chasm of this economic shock caused by COVID.
The anxiety is real here.
I think many of us have to consider to move on and probably look for opportunities elsewhere.
A global pharmaceutical company is finally interested in Dr. Paula Gonzalez's potential breakthrough for the treatment of autoimmune disease lupus and extreme allergies, just as her job is at stake.
For me in particular, it's pretty hard to let go a project that has such potential to change people's lives. And I think it's very short-sighted what we're seeing now.
If we don't have income coming in over the next couple of years, people like her are simply going to be lost from the system.
Like many unis, that's meant ANU's leadership has tried to come up with a quarantine plan to have at least some international students back. With local and state governments as well as their health departments needing to sign off, it's so far been fruitless.
So one of the things I've been concerned about is we've just been sort of going around a merry-go-round where it kind of gets handed off to off.
Professor Schmidt believes that's finally changing, and with the federal government taking leadership, he thinks it could happen quickly.
I'm mildly confident that we're going to get something across the line, hopefully in the next several weeks.
Let's see what they look like. We're going to be positively disposed towards them, but at the same time be cautious.
Education Minister Alan Tudge confirmed another plan from Victoria is being assessed and proposals from New South Wales and South Australia are due within weeks.
I do think we'll get some pilots up and running this year. I know a lot of work has been done at the state and territory level in conjunction with the universities.
It'll be welcome news after so much pain on campus, but COVID-19 is unpredictable. The size and scale of the pilots has to be finalised, and with foreign competitors circling, uni chiefs are ready to loudly blame Canberra for further delays.
We'll be insolvent if I carry the can for the government.
I ask those students to be patient. We offer tremendous quality of education, and we have a lifestyle which is not matched by any other country, so stick with us.